This is Heart of Gold, a special presentation from Trillium Realty Group. I'm Hannah Winans, broker-owner of Trillium Realty. Heart of Gold is a celebration of those who go above and beyond. Humboldt County has great people, and today we celebrate you. With this week's Heart of Gold, here's Scott Dwyer.
I'm speaking today with David Reed, who is the Development Director for Food for People. Thank you so much for coming in, Dave.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Now, I know November, December, typically busy times for food banks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in two ways, actually. This is a time when, I feel particularly giving. It's like it's a season of giving and togetherness. And so a lot of folks want to help their community this time of year too. So we make that as fun as we can with our Holiday Spirit Food and Fun Drive and all the other activities that we do starting right now, all the way to the end of the year, to get people thinking about their neighbors that might not be doing so great this time of year. And then, it's also just a stressful time for people. Maybe the food isn't stretching as far as it is, or maybe your job is paying you okay, but it's not getting you through the end of the month. And then you get, presents and holiday meals and, all those additional pressures. That's another reason why it's really important. It's why we start talking about raising funds and food this time of year. We used to say we serve 16,000 people throughout Humboldt County who are food insecure in one way or another. And the last 6 months, that number is more like 21,000 people a month. And then there's just a lot of other pressures. There were special benefits that people got during the COVID years that went away this spring. We're here though. That's the good thing. And the reason that we're here is because we have the most amazing base of support in this community. I cannot believe the generosity of this community.
Let's talk about some of the events that you have coming up with Food for People. What's on the list for?
Oh my gosh! Okay, a little bit of something for everything and everyone. Like I said, we try and make it as fun as possible, and we got lots of partners to do that. Senator Mike McGuire, loves this community, and he loves Food for People. And what he does is he goes out to all the larger high schools in the area, and he pumps them up, starting this last week, and they start raising money, they start raising canned goods, they start raising non-perishable goods, and they're having a competition. And they get an award for who, on December 7th, comes in with the most cans and other goods or the most money. And they get a prize from the senator himself. That he buys them a school dance and the band and everything, and it's a whole lot of pride.
And what a great idea, too. So you have an event coming up on Saturday. What's this?
The Cowboy Canned Food Convoy. Say that 3 times fast. And that's up Saturday, November 18th. So that's the first thing. The horseman unit, the Redwood unit of the Backcountry Horsemen get together, and they bring out their horses and they do like a little food drive down Old Town, down 2nd Street. And then we have teams all over the county, small, big businesses, schools, no matter what, that do these hunger fighter teams. So those are happening all over the place, and people get in competitions. Like one business competes against another, or one class against another. Great. It just goes on from there. We go out to, I think, 5 or 6 different grocery stores in the beginning of December and collect food and funds there. So there's tons of ways for people to get involved.
How can people find information on these events that you just mentioned and other ways that they can help?
Yeah. Well, if you don't get our newsletter, you should sign up for that. We have a paper newsletter. We're still pretty old school, and an electronic one, and they can just go on to foodforpeople.org and sign up for that. And all the information is there too. It's on foodforpeople.org about all the events and how to donate food. And of course, we're on all the socials. So, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But that's a good way to do it.
For some people, I mean, that's even easier. Just to, it's easier, it's quicker.
Yeah, you go online, you go to foodforpeople.org, you click donate now, and you're done. Or you create a food, one of those hunger fighter teams, and then you just raise money from your friends. Find a way to help out, and then come and then help us out.
David, thank you and the entire team at Food for People for having a Heart of Gold.
You've been listening to Heart of Gold, a presentation from Trillium Realty Group. Be listening for more great features to come on the next edition of Heart of Gold.